All right, guys, let's quickly talk about 2023 and what that means for Turkey. So, next year, the Treaty of Lausanne is over. Now, if you're not aware, the Treaty of Lausanne was signed in 1923. I believe it was August 23rd. And what it did was it broke up the Ottoman Empire, and it essentially established the boundaries of the nation of Turkey, what it is today. Now, there were some other stipulations in the Treaty of Lausanne that Turkey had to agree to for at least 100 years. They couldn't expand. They couldn't drill for oil or natural gas. They were not allowed to have a caliphate or a caliph. And they could not place a toll on the Bosporus Strait. So, in 2023, all of those stipulations are over. They no longer have to abide by that agreement. So, what you're going to see is, first, I think what they're going to do is place a toll on the Bosporus Strait. That's going to affect Romania, Bulgaria, Ukraine, and Russia. Because if they want to ship anything into the Mediterranean, they're going to have to pay a toll to Turkey in order to go through the Bosporus Straits. Now, it's also going to affect nations that want to bring anything into the Black Sea. They're going to charge a toll to any country that wants to go into the Black Sea from the Mediterranean or into the Mediterranean from the Black Sea. So Turkey is going to get a massive increase in revenue from that. And that will essentially allow them to finance any military campaign that they want. And they'll be able to expand their territory and influence with that revenue. So I think what you're going to see, one of the first things they're going to go for are the oil fields along the Euphrates. The only real fight that they're going to get in that region is going to be from Iran and the Shiite Muslims. So it will be a fight, but they've also got Azerbaijan on their side, and Azerbaijan is right next to Iran. So you're going to see that whole area lit up on fire. I mean, it's going to be massive war in that region, primarily over the oil fields. And the Kurds are not going to side with Turkey. They're going to fight against them. So you're going to see. I think they're going to move really quickly over the Euphrates oil fields to try to sack the oil fields. I also think there's a high probability you're going to see them go after the entire island of Cyprus. There might be some kind of false flag that they're going to blame on Cyprus, and that's going to be used to justify an invasion of Cyprus, and they're going to sack the whole island. And what that's going to do, it's going to drastically increase their maritime boundary, so much so that they will have massive influence over the Leviathan gas fields. They might even sack the Leviathan gas fields, and they could care less what Israel has to say about it, because the next thing that they're going to do is declare themselves to be the caliphate. And any region where the Sunnis are the majority and the Muslim Brotherhood has their members, they're going to fall in line. They're going to pledge their allegiance to Turkey, to the caliphate. And there's going to be a caliph. And mark my words, the very first holy site that they're going to go after is going to be the Temple Mount. The caliph is going to sit in the temple. They're going to start doing sacrifices again. He's probably going to declare himself to be God's representative on earth, or God on earth. And people are going to believe it. So you're also going to see them begin to drill for oil and start selling the oil. They're also going to most likely institute their electronic lira, which I think is going to be the mark of the beast. Now, getting into that, the Bible's very clear. If you're not aware, the Bible's very clear. Anyone who accepts the mark of the beast is going to burn in hell for eternity. All right? So it's better to suffer for a short amount of time here on earth and not be able to buy or sell anything than to suffer in hellfire for eternity. Okay? So, these things have been prophesied thousands of years ago. They're happening right now. The Bible's very clear that when you see Israel start to be surrounded by her enemies, which she is, then you know the time is near. Okay? So, if you haven't read, ultimately the end of the story is Jesus is coming back a second time. The second coming of Christ happens during this period. The whole world is going to see him coming in the clouds with his saints. He's going to ultimately annihilate all the nations that tried to stand against Israel and tried to divide her land and tried to wipe her out. And his kingdom is going to be established in Israel. And you should want to be a part of that. And so if you're not, if you don't know about Jesus, who he is and what he did and why he's coming back, you should read the Bible, especially the New Testament. So just to break it down for you, we've all sinned against God, okay? Nobody can pay God anything. We can't bail ourselves out, okay? That's why hell exists, is for us to pay for our sins, okay? Well, because God was gracious to us, he sent his son down here to suffer and die on our behalf so that he would take our sin debt. We broke God's law and Jesus paid our fine. And if you believe in that and trust in him and declare that you believe it, you will be saved. That's essentially the gospel. So if you don't have to read the whole Bible. There's apps where you can download them and listen to it. Audio apps. So if you're not aware of these things, what's going on and how it relates to prophecy and everything that's taking place right now, I strongly urge you, get into the Bible and start reading it now, because these things are happening. It's happening quick. Jesus is coming back, and once he comes back, there's no more time left. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and as always, don't forget, help out your neighbors.